Morning. Pellet stove's behaving. I've gone into conservation mode. I shut it down at night because I really don't need the heat on in here at night. So, one bag, 2 days now. Okay. On the heat ventilation thing on this truck, this is my plan. I guess next, now that I've got this pipe sitting here, I better put the wipers in loosely and see if it's still gonna work, because that may interfere. See, now I've tapered that pipe in and made it fit the rectangular hole. And as we go down, just a hose clamp and a little tab right there with that screw. I can put a nut up from the bottom. Now I can cut that pipe off and then figure out how to elbow it into there. So it's got to get into there somehow. So I got to elbow it. Now, I have room to slide a cover in between the housing and the heater housing and the metal firewall part. So what the plan is, this is my template for what I need. Come on, stop. That's my template for what I need to fabricate for the duct adapter that's going in. So I think I'm going to build this next, and I see it's tapered. I should be able to manage that. I don't know, can you tell? There we go. See this angle here? It's tapered. So I think what I'm going to do is lay it out on some sheet metal. And think about what I'm doing. I'm probably hating my life. And see what I can do from there. I think I have a plan for that. We will be back. Quick questions. Question. How many Sharpies does a man need? Not in my pocket. Like, I just used one like 5 minutes ago. So, I guess this garage is the black hole for Sharpie pens. It was there. I got a pencil, but that's not what I want. Oh, look! There's one. Hiding in the mess. I guess if I put all this crap away, I would not have an issue. Okay, back to regular scheduled program. Well, moving forward, yeah, that's, what would we call that? Pattern waste. So, what I've got here is my pattern. This corner is complicated. I went the degrees backwards. Now, this being the inside, you pull it up and you do that, and you get your taper to match this being tapered, this being tapered. So then when you go to put it on, it'll kind of fit on that foam that's in there. If I make it a little big, it's no big deal. I can always add foam to the inside edge of this, or more foam in there. Not that big a deal. So I'm going to start with this. I think the trick here is I'm going to put my tipping wheel in the lathe and I'm going to sharpen it. And then I'm going to bead roll this instead of trying to use a brake or hammer form. So we'll see how that goes too. Interesting. Math is hard. And there's that geometry. Whatever. Well, let's start off with my template. I should have went and test fitted it, because the way that plastic is set up, it's loose. No real seal whatsoever. Factory. So this is my cake pan, and I'm gonna be just tightening up the edges, and it does tuck in there inside where I need it. So next I'm going to figure out how to hold it in place. But I think all I'm gonna do is put a little foam layer in around the edge. Like, this is what it represents. And I'm a little big, but like a 1/4 inch maybe. I don't think it matters. Once it goes in, I think I'm just gonna make a wedge just to jam it in against the heater housing. And then I can figure out my piping. So that's next. I'm actually gonna go and look for some hose type ducting and see what I got. And likely, more than likely, I'm going to recycle something. I think it's here. I may or may not, but this is kind of the plan. I'd like to utilize this. Oh, it's rusty though. It's so bad. And that can be for heat, but I think what I'm gonna do is see if I can cut into the heater box itself. Maybe that's a bad idea. I'm gonna figure this out because I want to be able to, if I need to, put full air on the defrost, which is not going to be much because of the ducting, but I think we'll be okay. So I'm going to continue. I have some flexible heater duct hose that I'm going to go look for. Also a note, you can buy that foil type heat riser tubing for like the older Chevys and the old Dodges and stuff. That's like 1.5 inches, 1 3/4. Some of it might even be 2. It's cheap, it's expandable, and you can clamp it on. Usually available in what the Dorman line. So that's just a thought. I'm not using it today, but a feller could use it. Well, test fitted the wipers. Well, the one side that's going to interfere. And let me see from there. Will it focus? No, I can't get in there to get a right angle. It's very, very close. It could cause a rattle. So what I'll do is I'm going to mark it here and here. Put a dent in that pipe, and then go to the other side. And the motor right there is just touching. So I will put, you can do it to headers, and you can do it to, I'll put a mark here. See if I can get below. Yeah. And I'll just mark roughly where that all goes. And of course, I played Plinko with the pen cap. And I did, oh, look at that. I can reach it. Okay. So, yes, the wiper motor will clear. It'll be interesting to make this panel, this cover panel, but I don't see it being that much of an issue. If I got to make a bubble in it to clear that stuff, so be it. I have some bubbles pre-made if I want to reuse one. I got a small one from my metal shaping class. It might work on there quite nicely. Anyway, I got lucky as far as that goes. So I guess now I can trim off. See, I was going to use this exhaust hose. It'll take the heat, it's flexible, and it actually fits that pipe Hang on, slip it in here. Oh, now it won't go there. It actually fits that pipe pretty good. A clamp or something to tighten it up. Or just go to put a flare on. And because that's an expanded piece, then it seals perfect and I could just couple it on if I had to. I don't have to. So I don't need the exhaust pipe. I did run some hot air through it with the heat gun and it doesn't smell like burnt rubber or anything like that. So okay, enough ridiculous ranting. I'm gonna see if I can get that piece fitted now. Well, number 6 in this installment. I didn't think I was getting that far ahead. Explains that. Time is passing quickly. So this is my concept. This is going to get cut off and rounded. This panel, it turned out to be a little big, so I'm going to measure it and I'm going to redo this straight edge and the top straight edge. And that should bring us nice and snug. Then all I need to do is just put a couple screws in to hold it. And maybe just a bracket here. I'll weld a bolt or something. I'll do a rivet nut right here. And then a bracket just to press it in. I want this thing really easily serviceable. But kind of hideous. But cool at the same time. So I should be able to trace that out roughly once I get that panel fixed up and located where I want it exactly. Yeah, so I think, yeah, I got delayed with plowing snow. That's why I'm not getting much done today. But I think that's going to do it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think I'm going to do what I planned earlier, which was to put a flapper in it, although I could. It's not much to it. I just want to grab my cutoff from that pipe. Where is it? Oh no, that's probably not enough. Might have to get another one. Maybe I'll cut it off more. The longer actually, if I do not that it's going to be out this far, but I'm almost thinking that I should do something like this here and then split it. I just got to figure out how to make a Y. Because I need floor heat and I need maybe I'll just make a duct. I'm pretty sure I can do something out of sheet metal and make it look horrendous. And what I'd like to do is put the rest of it together and power up that fan to see how much wind I'm getting. I'm curious about that too. Might have to put an auxiliary fan up on the windshield too, so we'll see. Anyway, I think this will be my last one for today, so I'm just going to call it for now. You already know what I'm gonna do here, so I'm gonna get that done probably today and tomorrow, and then I don't know what I'll do next. Steering column moving, it's going that way. Where's the pieces I brought in? Thought I brought them. I had my hands on them. Yes. Oh man, these are ugly. But the column, this is just a rough example. The column is, I'm gonna put this together, I think, and then see how close I am and then see how ugly it looks. Maybe I don't have to move that column. Okay. Anyway, as always, I'd like to thank you both for watching, and I'm going to continue brainstorming for a while. See you tomorrow.